you don't have to share a wig on this show or bring your own shoes. It's like the scale of the costumes, of the cast. The theatre that I've done before, there's maybe 3 people in the cast and you're in quite like small, intimate venues, so this is like a big whop-off. Big whop-off show. And there's loads of tap dancers and it's camp as Christmas. It was a totally sort of alien medium to me really, like I love Chicago, I love that musical and the film, but apart from that I've just been kind of like a novice, and I came to see this show before I auditioned for it. Just sat in the West End and went, oh my god, wow, it's such a treat from the audience, and it's so nice to kind of, like my parents come along and your friends and all that kind of thing, and yeah, they just love it in the audience, so it's a real thrill that you know that people are going to enjoy it.
What made you choose the role?
To play the kind of comedy role, but then also the baddie. In like all kind of mixed up in one is great and really unusual for like I guess sort of like a 30s female. You don't really get those, like the baddie and the comedy role, and it's just so much fun because of the voice and all those things and the great lines. There's so many like ways to go with it.
That's a really noticeable characteristic, isn't it, in Lina, her voice?
Yes, yeah.
So how did you prepare for that? Was that quite a task?
Well, I usually say that I just clench my buttocks. That's pretty much it. I just talk like that! So just like, go for it.
Do you have a favourite scene that you really, really thoroughly enjoy?
I think from an audience perspective, I sort of love the feel of when the rain is about to start and when the iconic Singing in the Rain song starts, because you can palpably feel the audience like, this is coming, this is the good bit, and you can like feel that reaction from the audience.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
In terms of the scene that I love doing is the filming scene where Lina's, they're sort of using they're exploring directing and talkies for the first time and using microphones for the first time, and Lina thinks she's doing the whole thing fantastically and that everyone else is nuts, and she's kind of like misfiring and getting it all wrong, and that's great fun to play because again the audience kind of know that scene and know where it's going, but it's just enjoyable to play out.
There's 28 of you.
Yeah.
Is it really lovely being part of a group? All
Yeah.
travelling together.
Yeah, and like experiencing the same things, and the way that you get to know people is different, and I'm like fascinated by the dancers and the discipline that they have and how they work and how they just keep smiling, you know?
Yeah.
Doing telly, like, it's quite sporadic the way that you film it, so you just kind of go in and get that scene shot, and you might not meet the other people that are in the same show as you might not meet 50% of the cast, whereas this feels like you're all in it from beginning to end, you know, you've kind of rehearsed it, you see the show through, and there's much more like of a team effort and spirit.
It's still such a classic, such a favourite. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean the film itself is like always up in the top 5, I'd say, even best films of all time, and I hadn't really seen the film. I think like loads of people go, yeah, I've seen it, and then when I got the audition I was like, oh, I don't quite know the storyline actually, just know the dancing bit, but it's an absolutely brilliant play. It's just so well written, and the story, you know, the story, there's great lines, the dancing is classic, and I don't know much about dance, but like so many people have now pointed out since, that Gene Kelly kind of paved the way for that dance and set the bar so high in terms of the dance routines, and apparently everything since is kind of copied from that. Michael Jackson, all the kind of dance comes from that, you know, that class that Gene Kelly set.